Welcome to Draw One Last Breath Horror Podcast. My name's Matt.
I'm Butch.
I'm Johnny Paul.
Welcome to episode 144. We have been to Netflix to watch The Dive, and our movie from the vault is 1986's Poltergeist 2, The Other Side. How's it going, boys?
19 what?
1986.
Okay, I thought you said 1968. No, everyone been on a good old dive this weekend, you know.
Yeah, been fucking diving. I'm fucking loaded with man flu, but never mind.
Really in the Christmas mood, loving it. Been doing so many.
That is the Christmas mood, isn't it? Getting ill.
I'm healthy. Touch wood. Right now, fucking healthy. I'm ready to have it.
That's because you never leave that room, you lazy bastard.
This is true. Oh, take a big whiff.
Right.
You know, COVID finished a couple of years ago, don't you?
Stop the messing around.
Say my word.
Tell me what you've been watching.
Stop your messing around. What I've been watching. I only watched. Right, so I've watched this series. I've watched the Squid Game challenge that's been on Netflix. Just finished it today. In terms of all wrapped up and stuff like that, and now they've put out the casting call for season 2. You have to do. I started trying to fill it out, then you have to do a 1-minute video, and so I was like, okay, I might have a think. It's like Matt. It's like the fucking real world all over again. Was it you? No, Big Brother. You did a video for Big Brother, didn't you?
It was like Big Brother 2.
Right.
I actually got. Do you remember a show called? What was it called? Castaways. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I actually got 2 auditions for that.
Ooh.
You could have been Ben Fogel, Matt.
Is that what he was on?
Yeah.
Was it Castaways?
Is that the one where we went to the Scottish Island or something?
I don't know. It was
like the British Survivor, basically.
It was like that, yeah. But it was
Matt.
really in the early days.
You got so grumpy on that. You'd have been fucking chucking pumpkins around left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
D32.
Amazing. So I watched that.
I look forward to watching you on Squid Game.
Yeah, maybe. I've been on MasterChef, so for the last couple of weeks.
I thought you meant you've been on MasterChef.
I was going to say.
I was like,
oh, yeah, but have you
seen
watching MasterChef The Professionals?
Oh, well, the guy that looks like you.
I mean, he doesn't just look like me. It's ridiculous.
It's your doppelganger, mate. Went
out in the semi-finals, though, didn't I? So that's a shame. I did watch one horror. I watched Black Friday, which has got Bruce Campbell in, Devon Sawyer. That was pretty fun. It was reminding me of like Night of the Creeps, sort of Sliver. It was out last year. It was a lot of fun. Set in a toy shop. So it's lots of hijinks, aliens and zombies sort of thing going on. Invasion of the Body Snatchers vibe, but quite enclosed. So I imagine they managed to keep the budget quite low. But yeah, very enjoyable. I would recommend that one. Black Friday, that is now on Shudder. Go and watch that before Christmas. That'll cheer you right up.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Good. What about you, Jordy Paul? You been watching much?
I watched a couple of things. So I continue my Hell House extravaganza. So I watched the second Hell House. I was quite enjoying it, to be fair. I was quite, this is a worthy sequel, even if it's basically just the same film for 3/4 of it. And then I just thought it lost its way a bit at the end. I just thought it got a bit, dare I say, wanky. It was just a bit. I think it overreached too quickly.
I agree.
The payoff wasn't great, but there was some great jump scares in it, some great camera work in it. So yeah, I will continue watching the others to see where it goes. But yeah, it was okay, but not as good as the first one, obviously.
I want you to get to that bloody 4th one and hurry up.
all right, I will. Next year sometime.
Yeah.
I watched Poltergeist because I haven't seen that for so long, basically.
Oh, really?
So I just wanted to watch that before I went into the second one. And then last but not least...
Hang on, you can't just brush over that.
Yeah. Hang on.
Well, I mean, you have said everything that needs to be said about it, don't you? But I don't really want to talk too much about it because I'm going to talk about sort of tonally the second one when we do it. So I don't know what to say too much. But yeah, it was obviously really good seminal horror film, isn't it? So yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good. And then last but not least, this was I actually own this on Blu-ray, but I've only ever seen it once, and it was on one of the horror movie great movie channels or whatever, and I watched Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
I love that movie.
And what a great film that is! It's just such a lovely, joyous, stupid, gory, brilliant, unexpected treat. So yeah, definitely, if no one's seen that before, go watch it because it's very, very good.
They keep threatening to make another one, don't they? They keep threatening, and I just don't know why they just don't do it. It'd be awesome.
It's so good. It's so good. Like you said, it's really funny, but surprisingly very violent at the same time. So yeah, not very, very good. So yeah, but that was me. Yeah, that was it.
Awesome. I've not really got around to watching much. I've been quite busy, but however, I'm going to talk about something else. So one of our regular listeners that I know very well, called Simon Alway, came into me at where I work, and we had a little chat, and he recommended a podcast, and I was like, all right, okay, I need something new, because it's like, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool, but I really wanted something new and a bit different, and he recommended a podcast called Uncanny. I don't know if you guys have heard of this.
New. Canny, eh?
Uncanny. Not canny. Canny way.
Uncanny.
Uncanny. And it's like hosted by a guy called Danny Robbins. And basically what he does is he interviews people about experiences they've had with kind of ghosts or eerie stuff that's happened. And it's like a one-on-one interview. But then what's really interesting is that he takes like a skeptic, and he takes like a ghost expert, and they don't really argue. They listen to each other's points, and they try and explain what's happened. So it would be like something like there'd be a ghost expert and like a doctor, and then they will talk about what possibly might have happened to cause what has happened in this situation. Do you see what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying? And it's really good. And there's actually I haven't watched this yet. There's actually a TV show on iPlayer as well that you can catch, apparently, but I haven't watched that yet. But there are 3 seasons of the podcast, and they're really short. They're not very long. They're only about half an hour long-ish. But that was brilliant. I've really enjoyed it, listening to it in the car and stuff. Great recommendation from Simon. Fantastic, loving it. I'm going to go back and listen to it all, I think. But you guys should definitely check it out, because apparently there's going to be a Christmas episode dropping soon. So that would be quite interesting to listen to.
Oh, awesome.
Nice one.
Anybody got any news?
Oh, so much news.
Can I start off with one thing?
Okay.
Mr. Butcher has hit the nail on the head from the last episode. There is definitely going to be a Thanksgiving too.
I fucking saw that. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
because I was listening back to the pod, and you were like obviously going on about, I can't see this ending. It's definitely going to continue. And obviously it was announced by Eli Roth via a video in the week.
That's why they did it the way they did it.
They're doing a bit better for the second one.
Well, once you get a second one, you can just go balls deep, right? So let's fucking see a bit more griminess from my only feedback. Good movie. Good fun movie, and it's been received well, so I'm glad. Okay, that's all you can see. Did anyone else get a sneak peek see the sneak peek of the It prequel series?
Oh yes, I did. Yeah,
it's called Derry something. Welcome to Derry. I mean, there's like 3 frames or something like that, but
that's not much.
It was enough to me go, ooh.
Like an arm out of the lake or something like that.
Yeah, there we go. But we're starting to see some stuff of that. I have got quite a lot of horror movies that are due to come out over the next couple of weeks. I'm going to go for a couple. So I'm going to bore you now. There's one that's coming on Shudder in the next week, which is called The Sacrifice Game, which looks very, very, very fun. I don't know much about it, but I just saw the trailer. Set in a house, sort of like home invasion sort of movie by the looks of things. We've got a film called Eileen, which I think is out of the cinema now in some cinemas. It's quite it's starring that Tamanzin, I'll say her name right.
Holmes and Mackenzie.
Thank you. And Anne Hathaway. And that's been described as a sort of wild Hitchcockian noir sort of movie. I mean, we saw
crazy that.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. What I am excited about, and I haven't seen it released in anywhere near us, is Poor Things, the film, the sort of like Emma Stone, Willem Dafoe, Mark Ruffalo, sort of like Frankenstein-ish sort of movie. That looks quite interesting. I would like to go and watch that at a cinema very much, please. There's a movie that I've seen on Traction on Twitter. I don't know where to watch it. I would like anyone to be able to tell me. Otherwise, I'm going to go and hunt it down and find it. It's called Everyone Will Burn. Spanish horror movie. It looks dark. Really, really, really dark. I'm really interested to see this one. The trailer's is nuts. I can't really say too much. I don't really know what to make of it. But Spanish horror, all for that. So we'll really want to hunt that one as well. Bit of fun as well. One called Nightmare on 34th Street. You know, no one's used that. That's pretty clever. can't believe no one's done that yet. And then there's one we talked about, which is on Amazon now to buy. Where there's something in the barn, which is like a load of gnomes and stuff like that, which looks wacky and Gremlins-esque. Why not, eh? It's that time of year. Lots of fun and games. All right, sorry, yeah, there you go. Lots of horror movies coming out. Good, fun. Cool.
Well, I'll go into this. I'm surprised you didn't mention this first off, Paul, but you'll be very excited with this one, I think. So it's just been announced that they are going to make a live-action TV series of your favourite toy line, Monster in My Pocket.
Fuck off. Where's that? I mean, that's nuts. I
didn't cover this because I thought you would have, Butch.
Yeah, right. It's been announced that they're going to do a live-action TV series. It's Will and Jada Pinkett Smith's production company. They've picked it up and they're running with it. So yeah, hopefully next year.
Maybe that's why the toys have started fucking.
That's it now, mate. All those toys are going to go up tenfold.
And then you'll start getting new lines, and yeah, there you go. So yeah, continue. Hopefully, it's really good.
Yeah, they are really good quality, like toys. I think from the early '90s. I really liked them. So I'm glad I got my little tattoo now. Did I tell you that, Paul?
You were talking about it. I haven't seen it though.
I have a new tattoo.
Oh, did it get your ass out?
I don't even know if you can see it. I'll have to send a picture of it. It's just under me Walking Dead one.
Oh yeah, no, I can see it. Yeah.
Huh.
To keep the receipt.
I got this little guy, the little werewolf. Whee!
Nice. Matt?
Is that all the news?
No, I got a couple of more bits.
Okay.
I'm going to talk about it because he's horror related because he's only just been in American Horror Story. But did you see Macaulay Culkin got a star on the Walk of Fame?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Have you seen his cool little Google advert he's got going as well?
That's an old one, that Google advert.
Is it? Oh,
yeah,
all right.
It's just resurfaced. But yeah, I can't believe you ain't seen that. That's been around for a while, Paul. You're letting your A game down.
I know. I'm just not down with the kids anymore, mate. Sorry.
No, but I thought it was cool because, he looked really happy and he should have got one years ago, really. That was pretty cool. However, I have got a bit of news. We have been sent a little package from.
It's a ticket. It's not a ticket, is it?
A what?
It's not ticking, is it?
Oh,
Don't open.
ticking. I thought you said ticket.
No ticket.
No ticket.
Ooh, we got a package off whom?
So, do you remember a while back I talked about the horror unboxer, where it was a guy called Danny and his little daughter Ava, and they basically unboxed loads of different mystery boxes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
you sent him a little snifty from us,
a little
right?
care package from us, just to say thanks. But then, like, he sent us a message and said, look out for a package, and I was like, oh, cool, nice one. And then the package came, and I thought, oh, I'll open it up and have a little look. And I'm gobsmacked. He's so generous and really, really nice. He's basically so he sent us some pin badges and some really cool artwork and stuff like that, which was really, really cool. But then underneath the box, he actually sent us some signed photos, which I was like, that's amazing. So he sent these to be given to us free. But he's given us a Jeffrey Combs signed photo.
Yes, please.
It's all official. Jeff Daniels Phillips. You might know him from all the Rob Zombie movies, which is awesome. The guy that played Leatherface in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Oh, wow.
Really cool Cujo D. Wallace signed photo. They're all signed photos. All I can say is, oh my God, that's like amazing. That's probably one of the best packages we've ever received.
I'm guessing you want the Cujo one, yeah, yeah, Paul.
Yes, please.
Oh yeah,
Thank you very much, man. That's way too generous.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're overly generous, but like appreciated. But I did send him a message back, obviously thanking him and everything. But we're definitely in a new year, 100% gonna have Danny on, without a doubt.
Nice.
What a gentleman. He's listened to so much of the pod as well. He's listened to literally every single episode. Bless him. The poor man. He's had to listen to us drone on.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, mate. Really means a lot.
Danny.
Danny, yeah.
Yeah, cheers, Danny. Lovely.
Before we move on, I've just got a couple more bits. Just a couple of trailers that dropped. Did you see I know it's technically not horror, but it'll have some horror elements to it. The Furiosa teaser trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had no idea what to make of this.
Yeah, it looks interesting, doesn't it? I think it's going to be batshit.
Yeah, it looks batshit.
It's going to be wild, isn't it?
But the way it's filmed looks really weird.
Well, it's the same way he's filmed Fury Road, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all the same.
Practical stuff and put all the actors through the ringer and everything. So, and then the other one, guys, which I have played the game and loved it, and I heard Amazon was doing the TV show, and I was a bit like, well, I hope they're doing this justice. Fallout. Have you seen the Fallout trailer?
I mean, it's got that what's the name? Ella Pure something or other. The one from Yellow Jackets, Matt, and
oh yeah.
And she's done Arcane as well. She was in that.
It looks pretty good.
Ella Purnell. Yeah. I'm all for this. I don't know anything. I've never played the game, but it's post-apocalyptic, right? So that's right up my wheelhouse.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously Fallout, like deals with loads of like radiation and stuff, so there'll be monsters and mutants and all sorts in it. So, but yeah, I mean, if you never played the game's amazing. Like, yeah.
I remember playing the game and it was so freaking hard.
It is one of them games where if you get over that like hump, like
there's a lot of talking. It's like go and see this man in a cabin, then go and see this woman in the shack, and then go and do this. And I was like, I think I gave up after that.
I might buy it.
No, but to be fair, someone who's obviously played the game, the trailer looks really good. So yeah, look out for that one.
Does look cool. Does look cool. Because it's always had that really cool edge to it, isn't it? Like that kind of all the merchandise they bring out. It's like 19 kind of 50s style merch, isn't it?
Yeah.
40s these merch, and it's pretty cool. I like the feel around it. Yeah.
Well, they got a good few TV shows. I know there's Jack Reacher season 2 coming very soon. The other part of Invincible season 2. We've got Halo next year. House of Dragons season 2. Next year's shaping up.
They're releasing everything, all the trailers that they couldn't release when the strike was on. So
Yeah, I don't know, man. Loads of cool shit. Oh, all right.
Right, so if that's all the news, let's go on to our main film.
It's pretty steep.
That's all right.
I still get a bit nervous every time.
Nervous is good. Excitement's a good thing.
May?
What's wrong?
Do you hear this?
Hey! I'm stuck! Oh my god! We gotta lift the rock! Stop! This is not working!
You have to go to the surface and call for help.
May, what?
Listen, you have to be back within 20 minutes. Just stay calm. The calmer you are, the less air you use.
The calmer you are, the less air you use. Calm. Don't think. I'm almost out of there. Don't think.
I'm gonna need more time!
Don't think.
So this episode's main review is called The Dive. Little cheeky synopsis. It's about two sisters who go diving at a beautiful remote location. But one of the sisters is struck by a rock, leaving her trapped 28 meters below with dangerously low levels of oxygen, cold temperatures, and it's up to her sister to fight for her life.
Bloody hell, I thought it was more than 28 meters. That sounds really shallow.
I mean, it doesn't really matter how fucking far she was down.
No, I suppose.
I mean, 28
Well,
meters.
It does. 28 meters isn't that much, really.
Well, it's enough to get the bends.
Okay.
I think
I got the fucking Ben's watching it.
I mean, you think your ears pop like in a swimming pool, and that's only like what 3 meters. So I just think you ain't got no concept of height. It's not a long way, but it's a way.
I always kind of think 100 meters running, that's quite far. 28 meters, not that far. But anyway.
I could go and
I
find some
digress.
lovely facts about this if you want to look up like pressure and all that sort of stuff
There's
to
no
find
need
out
to be
really.
quick about it. Let's get into the movie.
Well, what's director is Maximilian Lemoine. I haven't really done too much under his belt. Nothing that we would have really heard about. So I was thinking it was a bit like The Fall, but in the water when I picked it. How wrong was I? Geordie Paul, what did you think about this? Just give us your brief,
How brief do you want me to be? Look, it's interesting you said The Fall, actually, Paul, because I think that was going into it. I thought, oh, well, that's the yardstick I'm going to measure this film by. And the brief synopsis I can give you before we sort of like go into any of the detail of the film is it was just a tense. It was a tense situation without any real tension in the film. For something that's so horrifying to happen to somebody, there was no real tension. If that makes, I just was watching it going, Jesus, this is just bland. And I think that's as best I can say. I don't know if the director decided he was making like some sort of art house film halfway through it with like flashbacks and stuff, and he thought it was going to be some sort of like analogy on like abuse or sort of withheld emotion, but it just needed to be a film about someone getting trapped underwater, and it just, like I said, just devoid of any tension. What?
I really like this movie. This is my sort of movie. I really, really did. It's like I watched this film and I thought, I think Geordie Paul's going to hate it, and I don't know if Butch will like it, but I really like it. This is my sort of film. I love these films where it's like people are put in really weird situations, like especially like things like underwater. It's just freaky, and and I find it really interesting. Although like some of the facts are probably wildly not real and stuff, but I really got on board with it. I don't know why. I just really got, pardon the pun, but immersed in it. It was like I really enjoyed it, and this is the sort of films I like. I like those sort of things like Fall and like this, and like the one where the guy got his arm trapped, and what was that called?
128 hours.
Yeah, like all these sort of things. I know that was true story and stuff, but like I find them fascinating. Like real people put in situations, and what would they do, and I think of what I'd do. And it really gets my mind going, and just I find it really, really interesting. I thoroughly, really, really enjoyed this movie. I really did.
I am shocked.
So,
I mean, I'm with Matt and Paul. I'm sort of in the middle. There are elements of this that, I mean, the movie itself, cinematically and the way it's shot, and I thought the performances of the both of them were fantastic. I was looking for something a little bit more tension bound. Like Fall, maybe I think they could have played on the claustrophobia more. I just didn't feel. I feel like there was tension and there was tension building, but there was no extra moment of peril. You know, like, I mean, I know it's silly because you do this in a lot, chuck a shark in or do something.
I knew
but
someone
like,
was going to say it. I knew someone needs sharks.
but no, but like, you know, she had a plan. She sort of tried to stick to it, and every time she tried to
well, explain the plot, Paul. Go into what is essentially happens.
So one of the sisters, they both go down for a dive, and then there's a random rockfall, and one of them gets their foot stuck, you know, and they've got low oxygen. So one of the sisters, Drew, who's probably not the better out of the two sisters, like that sort of thing, not the planner, I guess.
The more experienced one gets trapped.
Yeah. So she's given her, you know, she's like not chilled. She's like, give her a load of instructions and go and find like a jack or go and find a phone, ring help, and all this sort of stuff. And every time she sort of tries to move it onto a place where it's you know, she can help her sister, something happens. You know, a tank gets dropped and it's not going to work later. You know, there's some good exposition on that, and there's a boat in the distance that could help them, but it's just not there in time. The car door, the boot won't open. Stuff's buried.
Spoilers, by the way.
Yeah. But it's, you know, it's just, and every time she sort of tries to get there, it's sort of something just sort of kicks her in the cooch, and she can't fucking sort of, you know, help her sister as quickly as she'd like. So she really has to try. At one stage, I really thought she was going to cut a goat's head off and use that to jack up the rock. I really did feel that. That ran through my mind, and I thought that would be pretty impressed if they had done that. But never mind.
But like, that's the thing. The difference between like things like 127 hours, it just managed to rack up the tension. I mean, obviously, like that was a true story, so you knew what was going to happen. So that was the build-up. But like The Fall, I don't know. Look, a very similar film to this is 47 meters down. Now I know obviously sharks are involved in that, but there was definitely a point where you were like, I don't know if they're going to get out of this or not. This film, at no point did I think they're fucked. She's fucked. There was no like, ooh. It just was like, oh well, she's gonna get down there, and this is gonna happen, and this is gonna happen. I don't know why. I don't know if it was just the way it was made, or the script, or whatever it was. For me, it was just like there was loads of like the underwater shots where they were sort of like scrambling around to fix things and to like put things into people's mouths and stuff. For me, all that stuff just took really like a long time. And without any like score behind it, didn't really, I don't know. It was just like someone was under the bath going, blah, 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 and it lasted for like 2 minutes. You're thinking, right, well, come on, get on with this one, will you? I don't know. I just didn't get on with it, guys. So, Matt, you were right.
I thought you would get more frustrated, because the one thing I was thinking is like, if that was someone that I really loved trapped under there, and I knew that there was a car jack in the boot, that's one thing I was like, she didn't really try hard enough.
No, put the screwdriver, or whatever. What was it? Screwdriver she was trying to get him with it. Put it through the window.
Yeah,
or put your fist through the window.
You just would have smashed that car up as beyond its ability, which I think they should have maybe played on that a little bit more. That it was, I don't know, maybe that she didn't. Maybe she did get in there and it wasn't in there. Do you know what I mean? It's just
And there was no, there was no Jack in the end anyway. There was there.
No. That's I quite like the bit where she kind of said, like, she looks at map and she goes, there is a house, or there's some sort of house that's I can run to. I can get there. And I love the fact that they made her run there, and then like obviously it's like a little kind of small church. And it was almost, I like the way it's like, nah, even God can't fucking help you now. Do you know what I mean? I love that little touch. It was just
Even
like,
God can't help you now. Very good.
and and just like little things like that. I quite got on board with it. I felt a bit of tension. I felt like the time was ticking. You know, she needed that air and stuff, and then the bends kind of stuff was interesting. But I mean, you know, you've got to leave everything at the door, because I mean, I don't think this was probably totally accurate. I don't know. I'm not a free diver, and I don't know about the bends and stuff, or whether she would have been able to go back down and stuff. I don't know. But I really enjoyed it, man. I really enjoyed it. I thought,
I thought I was watching it, and I was like, as a movie, it's pretty good. But for me, to elevate it to something that I was like really excited about as a sort of the fall, I wanted a what the fuck moment, and there was no what the fuck moment. It was a great movie. It was a good, steady movie, which did have some elements of tension. It was just, there was no what the fuck moment. And you know me, I fucking love that. I need that. That's what I'm talking about when the goat reared its ugly head, and I was thinking, he's got horns there. Lop his head off, and he can take the horns down, and that can be something to jack the rock up. But no,
I did kind of guess what she was going to do. It was pretty obvious, you know, how she got her out in the end. I was kind of convinced I knew the way she was going to get her out. I thought it was going to be like an inflatable something, like she was going to use something to inflate the rock to move it. But let me ask you a question: if that was you down there, right? And you knew that you were that close to running out of air, wouldn't you just cut your fucking limb off?
Again, there's that what the fuck moment.
Yeah.
But they did have a knife, and they did have a knife.
It's like, I'm going to touch on this really weird story. What's his name? What's the guy that's in jail and he's not actually killed anybody, but everybody says he's a nutter. He's got a little tash.
Bronson.
Charles Bronson apparently was on the phone to the guy that played him. What was his name?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy, yeah. He's on the phone to him. Tom Hardy was telling this tale. And he said, I spoke to Charles Bronson, and he was talking about himself and stuff. And he was like, I like basically, do you hear about that story a while back about the kiddie that got his leg stuck in a drain, and the water was coming in, and the tide was coming in, it was getting higher and higher, and they couldn't get him out. And he was like, the difference between that situation and me is that they let the kid drown. Now, if that was me, I would have said, cut it off, cut the limb off. That's fucking mad. I think, well, yeah, if you're going to survive, you got to be brutal. You know?
Yeah, I'd have lost my foot.
Yeah.
Well, it was that whole, like, trying to explain the relationship between the sisters. You know, she had to rely on her when she never relied on her for anything in her life, type of thing. It was just like, ooh.
He really not a fan.
It just bored me, guys. It did. It really did.
I was expecting something a bit more kind of something a bit more sinister going on with the flashbacks. There's like, because he was struggling with mental health.
It was going to be like dad abused them or something really bad.
Didn't he? It touched on that.
Well,
it was like her. Yeah. She was the one she was the black sheep. He was making her do stuff, and he was very hard on her. But it kind of needed that little bit of edge, something else to make her feel like she did. And I thought there was going to be some kind of like thing where the sister that was trapped maybe killed her father for some, but in a freak accident, and that's what she was living with. That's what I thought was going to happen or come out of it, but it didn't really, did it?
Yeah. So this was the Thursday night movie from Fright Fest as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was all right.
I would have rated it really highly. I would have liked this one. I like things like this. I like just like situations. There's one that I think I'll watch as well on Shudder. Is about a woman that's stuck in a gas station and the sniper is basically taking out people. It looks really cool. I think I really like it.
There's one in Night of the Hunter or something.
Yeah, and they have to make like MacGyver sort of shit to get out of that situation. I like that sort of shit.
And then, one on the Netflix at the moment where she's stuck on a bit of cargo in the middle of the sea.
Oh yeah. See, I thought that about the one about they get stuck in quicksand, but that was shit. But yeah, like things like that, I find it hilarious. I don't know. I just find them quite captivating.
I would have got rated more highly if they'd killed the sister at the end.
The only thing that I think would have made this film better for me, made it even better, is right at the end. Go ahead. No, not go ahead. Right at the end, the sister should have said, "Okay, where's the car?"
Yeah. What have you done to my car? Yeah.
How the fuck are we getting home?
Like the car's just fucking pushed over the cliff. Or
they get to the surface and the boat runs them over. That would have been.
Yeah.
Or they get clear and they find out that suddenly it's a fucking nuclear disaster's happened or the zombie apocalypse has happened or something. That would have been cool.
Oh yeah, now we're talking. It pans out, and then there's fucking like a big horde of zombies or something like that.
Yeah, everyone just get heads pulled off and everything. Yeah, they're worried about the beds.
It was a bit weird that the landslide, for me, didn't really get near the sea. It was miles out, and but all their stuff got covered up. No, you're making me hate it now. Stop it. No, I liked it.
Questionable.
10 out of 10.
Questionable. Right. So Matt, what are you rating this then?
I really enjoyed it, man. I this is like up there for me. I know it's crazy, but I'd say I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. I fucking loved it. I really, really enjoyed it.
Okay, and on the opposite side of the figure,
I'm giving it a 4. And to be honest, I was going to give it a 3, but I'm going to give it a 4.
I think you need to rewatch it.
Honestly, it was a struggle. It was a struggle. So a 4.
Wow.
Didn't get on board with that at all. Sorry, apologies.
It's a 6. It's a 6 for me.
I tell you what, Matt. Have you seen The Deepest Breath?
Oh yes, that's very good. Great documentary.
I don't know if I have.
It's a documentary, mate, and I'm telling you, it's about 30 times more terrifying.
I know the spoilers though. I know what happens. So
just watch it anyway, mate. It doesn't matter. Trust us. Just watch it anyway. It's terrifying.
I don't know. I always think they're idiots, like free divers. You're gonna dance for the devil, mate.
There's a film there to be made because there's a real story of like
spoil it for me.
Yeah, heroism. Anyway, so yeah, 6, 4, and 8. That's a new one.
Just round it off to 7.
More like a 6.
6.
Anyway, right. So moving on to the Christmas episode, where we'll be unleashing we'll be sending some lovely prezzies.
We're going to call it Jingle Balls.
Jingle Balls. And we will be watching on Shudder It's a Wonderful Knife with Justin Long. So, yeah, quite looking forward to that. Right, without further ado, let's move on to our movie from the vault.
Let me in. Let me in.
Why the hell won't you leave us alone?
You are gonna die!
Okay, so this episode's movie from the vault, which I picked, is Poltergeist 2, The Other Side. The Freeling family move in with Diane's mother in an effort to escape the trauma and aftermath of Carol Ann's abduction by the Beast. But the Beast is not to be put off so easily and appears in a ghostly apparition at the Reverend Kane. As the Reverend Kane, even. Yeah.
Second Poltergeist movie. Third one's probably if I was to rate.
We're not talking about the third one, mate. We're talking about the second one, yeah.
Go 1, 3, and 2. I don't. This was better than I remembered.
1, 3, and 2. Did you just say?
I'd go 1, 3, 2 in my.
Have you seen 3 recently?
I watched it straight away after. I still stand by that 1, 3, 2.
Disappointed.
But there's some elements of it. As a whole, it's not bad. There's still, it's like once you've got like a fucking, I don't know, like Poltergeist is so perfect. It's such a perfect movie. This dines out completely on it. Did very well at the box office, really low budget, brings all the cast back great, didn't lose anyone. I just thought,
wow,
this falls a little bit short. Obviously it does in the first one, but there's some great moments in it. And you know, we get this synonymous character that we're never gonna fucking forget from this one. I do enjoy this, but there's moments at the end that I just want to pull my eyes out through the back of my head. Yeah.
Oh, you guys are well upbeat this week. Come on, Jordy Paul, smash it out. Take your mic off.
You muted, you dick. You mute, you dick. I'm leaving that in.
Apologies. So, Poltergeist 2, yeah. No, I've never actually seen this before, guys.
Ooh,
so this was the first time I watched. I've seen 3, which I thought was 2, but I've seen 3. 3's in an apartment block, isn't it? Like a high rise.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of Carol Ann is the third one, yeah?
Will you stop talking about the fucking third one? We're talking about the second one.
Sorry, I'm setting the scene. So I was sat,
we might talk about the third one in a later podcast. So
all right, okay.
Shut up.
Can we not just stop at the second one? No, so obviously the first one I watched. I know we're talking about the second one. I agree with Butch. In there is which is crazy, I know, but in there is a really, like, there are moments in this film which are absolutely stand out, which I'm sure we'll go into, which are really creepy and really, 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 really good, with some really cool effects on it. But then the rest of the film, without them moments, is a load of tosh.
Utter shite.
So it was a weird juxtaposition of a film where you were like, some bits were like, oh my god, this is amazing, mixed with, what am I fucking watching? And you can tell the expertise that did the first one didn't do the second one. You can tell. So yeah, Matt.
See, this is a bit of a different one for me because I watched this when I was a lot younger, and I remember it being a lot better and a lot more scarier. Watching it when I'm older, definitely not the same as I remember it when I was younger. Like, there's things that stuck out in this movie in my brain that have stuck in my brain forever, which we'll go on to later. And yeah, there are some really fucking creepy things in this movie. But yeah, as watching it now, I completely agree. It's like it could have been an amazing film. but it falls in very many places. Still, there's some brilliant effects and the acting's awesome, and it's still got that little bit of like endearment to it. Do you know what I mean? It's very endearing and stuff like that. Because
No,
it's
Heather O'Rourke is just one of the best child actresses ever for the shortness that we got her. But I don't know. It's funny as well. I was not allowed to talk about Poltergeist 3, but I only own Poltergeist 1 and Poltergeist 3. I don't own 2. So when I went to watch it earlier, I put in 3 thinking it was 2. And then I was like, what the fuck is this? Is the apartment blocks one? I was like, shit, I don't have it. So I did that. Luckily, it's obviously on Amazon Prime, so it's fine. But I almost was like, oh, fuck. I'll just watch the third one and blag it.
Ever professional.
Like, it's weird. Always. It's got like a weird tone to the film. Like, and I know that Poltergeist isn't aimed at like, or wasn't aimed at like hardcore horror. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, it was meant to be like a bit of gateway and a bit of sort of scariness that maybe young teens could watch as well. But this one, like Craig T. Nelson, is it Craig T. Nelson? Is the dad?
Yeah.
Like,
that boy is fucking amazing in this.
Yeah, but at the start, he's almost like a clown. Like, even as his, like, family's getting, like, thrown across the house by these, like, fucking ghosts and demons, he's like, da, 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 da. He's like, let's go, family. And it's just like, what the hell are you on? Would you not be worried sick? But so I was struggling a bit with the tone of that.
So, basically, here we meet the family. This is roughly a year after the whole debacle what happened in their old house. Which they still haven't got their insurance claim for. Which
that was funny.
Funny.
The house just disappeared.
Yeah, which they're stressing about, and they're really distraught over it because like they're broke, they've got nowhere to live. They're living with his wife's mum, and conveniently, they live in this massive fuck off house. And the grandma dies.
Which is almost identical as their house.
It is pretty much. I mean, even the chairs. I was thinking, that's the fucking same kitchen, isn't it, from the last house? But I don't think it's definitely not.
I always found that quite cute when she, like, you know, rings Heather. You know, in this one, we kind of start to learn more about Carol Ann's, you know, ability, which is kind of almost the reason why she's almost targeted. This one sort of focuses a little bit more on that, and a little bit more of the mystical, and we do get like a journey where the Henry Kane, I think it's Henry Kane,
Mr. Kane,
Mr. Kane, the preacher is sort of definitely after her, stalking her, and she's sort of like, you know, if they were going on to do like a completely franchise this, she would be stalked by him for the next 10 movies and stuff like that.
100%, Paul. Best bit about the film, hands down. Best bit about the film, that man, like, creepy as fuck.
Julian Beck, his name is.
Yeah. Oh my god. Just such a great part. Not enough of him, considering he's like the main antagonist. Not enough of the actor in the film.
Don't you think, like, if you've watched Family Guy, that they sort of like modelled the old grandpa? Where are you doing, Karen?
But I remember when I watched it younger, I swear to God that he was way more like that. But he's like an old southern fucking creepy fucking pastor guy.
I was disappointed that he didn't speak like that.
Actually, I'd be interested. You know the film we watched last year, Bones and All? Mark Rylance's performance.
That's exactly what I was just about to say about.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if he took a cue from that, because it's just the same type of just like silent presence essentially. And then obviously he goes a bit batshit at the door. You're all gonna die. But yeah, it's like, yeah, he was definitely the creepiest thing in the film. And to be fair, Matt, this you are right. If we'd have watched it, if I'd have seen this as a kid, that would have scared the shit out of us.
And that is one of the main reasons that fucking scared the shit out of me was him. I mean, I'm going to spoil a bit of Matt's facts here, but the actual actor was basically going through stomach cancer, and that's why he looked so ill, because he was dying of fucking cancer, basically, which is pretty fucking dark. Yeah, which is crazy. But it's like what jumping on a little bit. What I really did appreciate in this film is when what's his name? Paul Russell T. What's his name?
Crazy
Nelson.
Creighton Nelson. Yeah. When he gets taken over by essentially the Kane character through the tequila worm, is how he made himself look and sound kind of ish like Kane. It was just freaky. I thought that was masterclass in acting there, because they made his hair go a little bit over to one side. His teeth looked bigger. He looks slightly like gaunt. Like, well, they must have done makeup on him and made him look a bit pale and sweaty. And he's even had a little bit of a southern twang in his voice. I thought it was so clever. And it was like, that whole scene is just fucking crazy. It's creepy because he's essentially trying to get a bit of nookie off the wife, I think.
Rape. He's going for a rape.
Basically, yeah.
It's been dead a long time.
But I love that scene. That whole fucking scene it's fantastic.
Yeah, that's one of the standout moments with that tequila worm. I always remember that tequila worm. I think it's great. Good bit of special effects there. I mean, we scaved over the other part, which was very, very Superman free in its approach with the braces.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, 100%.
Two of the things that scared me as a child are the two things you just mentioned. Like, the brace thing was just absolutely terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
Can you imagine how many kids that had braces in the 80s saw that and were like, fuck me? Yeah.
But the boy's reaction, what's his name? Billy Joe. They call him Billy Rob. Oh, I can't remember his bloody Robbie. His reaction is fantastic. It's exactly what he's sitting there with a fucking helmet on, and I just love the subtleness of him just walking around to the sofa and just picking up the baseball bat and just sitting around, just like, he's just in there shitting himself after that fucking experience.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked about Taylor, who the sort of the Northern Indian guy, who's sort of like into the mystical. He's working with Tangina. Caroline.
She scares the shit out of me as well, to be fair.
Fucking yes. But he's like there to protect Carol Ann because he knows that the rapey preacher is after her. So when all that fucking braces stuff going, he knows it's a distraction. So he's not the guy from fucking One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yes, he is.
Is he the same actor? Fuck, okay. He's fucking foreboding, but they don't use him enough. But there's some real levels of comic relief in this between him and the dad, which I think is great. Like the bit when they're fucking half naked in the smokehouse, I think it's just great. And him constantly going on about his car.
He just wants to steal his car, basically.
Like, how frustrated is he though as well at the same time as that he just rocks up on their porch, tells them that he's there to like help them, but doesn't tell them any other time. Basically, I'm here. You just got to find everything out by yourselves.
But then on the flip side, they don't ask him no fucking questions. They're just like, oh no, we're out of here. Fucking see you later. It's like, I'm here to help. I'm not, you don't have to pay.
He doesn't help. They're like, what are you not helping for?
Yeah.
But that's where that's where tonally it's a bit wanky for me. I didn't really the whole.
Yeah, borders on slapstick. Where he sits down, he like has the dad has the paddy and he sits down in the chair and the fucking poltergeist flings him across the room. It's a bit like, am I watching Naked Gun now or no?
That was freaky though, wasn't it? Because they obviously put like some kind of the springboard balloon, and he's just like, for fuck's sake, boing, boing, fuck, shit. Yeah, it was just like a clown shoes, I know. And then he gets up and it's creepy. But yeah, there is moments in it, but it's just. They're all sort of there, and the special effects with after the tequila worm, the big tentacle weird thing, and then getting thrown around the house a little bit. That was it, kind of it. I do not like the ending. I find the ending nauseating. So I could do without them going into the other side and having a fucking fight and that really annoyed me.
I think they just lost their way a bit because it's like. It kind of had all this really cool Indian kind of like magic stuff, And then it's like they decide, no, we have to. It has to be them. It's all about the family power, and that's where the ending just is just like a little bit lost. Is where it's like it almost is a bit comical, where they all join hands and there's a massive like ray of light because their family and their love is the only thing that literally.
It's all a bit kumbaya for me.
Yeah. So. Which brings me on to the funniest thing is family is everything. You need to all be together. Not once did they talk about the older daughter.
Well, there's probably a conscious effort to sort of not bring up the elephant in the kind of room, is it?
Well, one sentence could have been, oh yeah, she's at university.
Yeah.
That's it. Just to completely and utterly leave her out because obviously she's dead. She got murdered by a boyfriend in real life. But it's just so weird. It's just like, oh, we won't talk about it. But we'll have the dog in there.
Yeah,
which I have to say, there's a couple of other elements of it. There was a good nod to the first one with the mum and skeletons in the closet. I thought that was cool. They sort of like throw that at her again. And the dog being a hero, you know, literally allowing them to get in the car.
I love that. I remember loving that when I was a kid.
Yeah, the car,
don't
the chainsaw.
Kill the dog, don't kill the dog.
But that bit was quite intense. That was probably the most intense part of the movie is when they're in the car.
Yeah. But like, there's no really big set piece like there was in the original with the rotating room and stuff like that. That's fucking what? That was like insane. That's what I think it suffers from. It's too much kind of special effectsy, kind of weirdy, flying around shitty kind of stuff. And the ending was just lackluster, kind of like they've run out of steam, I think, which is a shame because I would have just liked him in the form he was in, doing shit, getting in the house and wreaking havoc. That would have been more Cape Fear style to me, you know, like more real rather than.
It got a bigger budget, and they didn't do more with it. They did more with less in the first one. So.
I bet it all went on special effects, guarantee.
That end scene, waste of fucking money.
Yeah, it all just got a bit like Highway to Heaven at the end, didn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. And lo and behold, it's just like, so Taylor's helping them all the way through it. All the way through it's helping them like, this, you need to do this, you need to do this. And then along comes fucking white grandma from heaven above. She said,
Caroline back. Don't want you. Back off.
You know what I mean? It's just like, oh god.
I did get Terrifier 2 vibes as well when he chucked the massive weapon in. Like, take this through the fire.
It was just a bit too magical at the end, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Boo hiss. Right. Matt's facts. There's got to be. I know there's got to be loads because this has got, you know.
Well, we touched on it earlier. The only family member absent from the film is Dana, who, according to the script, is off at university. But a scene explaining her away on her absence was never filmed. Dominic Dunn was murdered by a boyfriend, John Thomas Sweeney, who later changed his name to John Moorer and disappeared shortly after Poltergeist 1982 premiered. Ultimately, no mention is made of Dana in the film or her being at college. It was decided by the filmmakers to retire the character and not recast her out of respect for the deceased actress and her family. At around 1 hour and 10 minutes, the partially grown vomit creature was performed by stuntman Noble Craig, a triple amputee who lost both his legs and arm and an eye while serving in the Vietnam War. That little creature is fucking crazy. When he just waddles like, oh yeah, it's good, it's clever. Heather O'Rourke was so afraid of Julian Beck, Reverend Kane. The first time she saw him, she burst into tears.
Poor bastard.
So the film had an original runtime of 131 minutes before being edited down to 91 minutes. Some have summarized that MGM rushed the production and ordered the cuts, e.g. the final battle with Kane, lasts all of 2 minutes. Zelda Rubinstein, that's Caroline, in particular, was furious about this as she felt her best scenes were removed from the final cut. She obviously had a bit more involvement there. Around 34 minutes, Steve, Craig T. Nelson, comments on Taylor, Will Sampson, and he says perhaps being an escapee from an asylum, obviously in one over the cuckoo's nest, he has played an asylum inmate who escaped.
Great nod.
The exorcism. This is funny. The exorcism was performed by Will Sampson, who was a real-life shaman for several different groups. Before his death in 1987, studio security was instructed to leave the set unlocked and unguarded so Sampson could return in the middle of the night to perform the exorcism. This is crazy. H.R. Geiger provided the special effects designs. Geiger created several designs, but only 2 made it into the film. Some books on his art report that Geiger was very unhappy with how his designs were translated in the film. Well, there's a surprise. And there was several scenes cut from the film that would have explained and clarified things that are left vague in the series. It was elaborated that Taylor is the reincarnation of Ben Legou, a Native American who was a member of Cain's cult, but broke off upon realizing how evil Cain had become, thus explaining why Taylor is out to defeat Cain and why they seem to know one another. It also is revealed that the ghosts in the first film, the ones in the cemetery, were trapped and unable to go into the light due to Cain's powers and were forced under his control. The film originally ended with the family freeing all of the spirits Cain had incarcerated, including his cult. The spirit of Cain's followers and the cemetery ghosts go to the light, while Cain was to be sucked down into a tunnel of hell. That explains.
I swear I've seen that cut.
And obviously, Julian Beck's gaunt appearance is a result of the stomach cancer that would claim his life, unfortunately. And there are no kills in this movie.
It's sad. It's like this movie, this franchise. You lose the daughter, you lose Julian Beck after this movie, don't you? And then obviously with the third one, which we're not allowed to talk about, apparently, you lose obviously Heather O'Rourke afterwards. Because they do.
There is a talk of the curse, but not much else has happened. We've got to get the guy that plays the boy. Is it Tim Robbins? Oliver Robbins. He does a lot of podcasts. We should get him on.
Definitely. Let's have a chat. Let's talk about that baseball. Cool. Do it.
Should we rate it?
Whoa. I think it's about. It's a 6 for me. It's just it doesn't hit the fucking right notes.
Yeah, it's a 7 for me because of the memories of what I had when I was a kid, and I used to be very, very scared, and it definitely left a kind of image in my brain. And it's cool revisit it, but it's a 7 for me because it's just still has that little bit of endearment about it, and the way it doesn't have to have everybody dying and everything like that. I think it's a bit refreshing. But yeah, the ending lets it down. But yeah, 7 for me.
Yeah, a 6 for me as well, Matt. I think you've got the extra point for nostalgia, and
totally.
I didn't. This is the first time I've seen it, but yeah, like I said, there was some really good stuff in it, but there was just a lot of drivel, I thought, to be honest. But there was some outstanding set pieces. But yeah, 6 out of 10.
All right, cool. Draw one last breath, 6 out of 10. So moving on to our Christmas episode, where we expect a Christmas horror movie, don't we? We're on a Christmas double bill. So it's down to Geordie Paul to pick our movie for the vault.
Okay, so this could be brilliant, or it could be. Now, this was on the last installment of In Search of Darkness. Okay, so it looks a bit crazy. It looks a bit weird, and it's on Shudder, and it's from 1980, and it's called Christmas Evil. The lads are looking at me very puzzled.
Is this the British one?
Christmas Evil.
I don't know.
There was one.
It is, yes, the British one. A
This
man
was one-
obsessed with Santa Claus snaps and goes on a Yuletide killing spree in this utterly deranged Christmas horror fable that John Waters called the greatest Christmas movie of all time.
Oh, it looks a bit rapey. I remember it looked.
It looks grotty.
Yeah, it did look grotty. Have a
Well,
grotty
Merry fucking Christmas.
Lovely. There's a grotty. Good. Synergy. Have you like that?
Grotto.
Lovely job. Okay. Christmas Evil. Not an evil Christmas.
No,
Chris-
Christmas Evil.
Christmas Evil. That is pretty random. All right, cool. That's another episode. What's that today? Episode 144 we've just done. Thank you all for listening. We'll be back just before Christmas with a lovely little present opening. 2 lovely movies. It's a Wonderful Knife. Great punnage. Love that. And Christmas Evil, which Geordie Paws just pulled out from the vault. Never seen it. There's only one more thing to say. When there's no more room in hell, here's another podcast.
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
You can follow us on Twitter at DrawOneLast, Instagram at DrawOneLastBreath, or pop us an email at DrawOneLastBreathPod@hotmail.com.